Hari Om, Chapter 2, Verse 31, Sankhya Yoga, Philosophy of Life. Lord Krishna in verse 30 concluded by saying, Hey Arjuna, the indweller of these bodies, the self, is eternal, indestructible. Hence, you should not grieve over the destruction of bodies. Lord Krishna explained completely about the nature of self, saying, self is eternal, timeless, unborn, changeless, ancient. It cannot be cut into pieces, burnt, etc. etc. He said many things about self. He also said that even assuming that it is a play of nature, that humans are born and die, then also you should not grieve. That which is born is gone, and that which is gone is born. So where is the question of grieving? This is what Lord Krishna said. Lord Krishna also said, even though many talk about self, many may hear about self, only a very few can realize it. Many cannot understand or realize the self. Now Lord Krishna explains in an extremely simple and understandable manner to all of us, not only to Arjuna, to all of us, why Arjuna should fight this war. Many a times in our life also, at the age of 50 or 60, in the evenings of our life, we used to say, oh God, I got that great opportunity, I missed it. Now I feel for it. I should not have done that. For some stupid reason, my mind did not work well, so I did not take up that opportunity. Many, you can ask anybody, he will say, and we regret our decision at later point in time. This is very, very common. Let us take the example of a cricketer. A 5-year-old boy, from his birth, is interested in cricket. His grandfather bought him a plastic cricket bat and a plastic ball. Anytime that boy will play only cricket. He will sleep with his bat and ball. Then in school sports, he excelled in cricket. He was selected in district team. There also he did well. After that he got selected in state team. Now all newspapers and TV says he is a potential fellow, very good batsman, etc. Finally, after a long time, he was selected to play in the World Cup match. After selection, he wrote a letter to the board saying that too when the finals are going to begin. He says that my grandpa is 90-year-old. He may die at any time. I love him so much, hence I will not play this World Cup match. What will you think about that guy? What his grandfather will do if that grandfather can speak? Just think about this. Similarly, Arjuna from childhood onwards, the only sports he liked was bow and arrow. When he was a young boy, he would break the branch of a mango tree, tie from one end to another branch he will break and then sharpen it, then he would hit the mangoes with that bow and arrow. Mangoes will fall. He is not interested in the mangoes. He enjoyed hitting the mangoes with his arrow, while others enjoyed eating the mangoes. Then he went to Dronacharya school. He was extremely good. Then he went to Draupadi's Swayamvara. The greatest challenge was posed by that king. Draupadi's father kept a mighty steel bow. The one who wanted to marry Draupadi was required to string the heavy steel bow and shoot the steel arrow through the small hole of a revolving disc and hit the eye of a toy fish. That too he was to, that fellow has to see only the reflection of the fish in the water or glass, and then he should hit the eye of the fish. He can't see the fish directly. The only one who could do that was Arjuna. Then in all small wars he participated. He won everything. Arjuna's name was extremely famous. In Tamil also the saying goes like Villukku Vijayan. Will means bow. If it is bow and arrow, it is nobody else. It is only Vijayan, that is Arjuna. That Arjuna is trying to run away from the war, which is an excellent opportunity for him. In chapter 2, verse 7, Arjuna asked a question to Lord Krishna. What is that question? He asked Lord Krishna, Hey Krishna, I am confused. Please tell me which will give me sreyas. We will see the sloka first. Karpanya dosho bhagadasvabhavaga pritchami tvam dharma sammuda chetaha yachreyasyan nishchitam bruhitan me shishyastegam shadimam tvam prapannam. This is chapter 2, verse 7. Arjuna says, ask Lord Krishna, Hey Krishna, my heart is overcome with pity. My mind is totally confused about duty. Hey Krishna, please tell me decisively which will give me sreyas. Please accept me as your disciple and instruct me. I surrender to you. This is what he said in verse 7 of chapter 2. We have seen in that verse what is sreyas and what is preyas. Preyas is the result of good action. Sreyas is above dharma and adharma. It is moksha, freedom from the sorrows and sufferings of life. Now, Lord Krishna is answering. Verse 31. Swadharmamabhichaveksha na vikampitumarhasi dharmarti yuddha shreyonyate kshatriyasya na vidyate. Swadharmamabhichaveksha Swadharmam abhicha avekshya. Swadharma is a wonderful word. There is no equivalent word in English. We can at present call it as duty, according to one's nature. Avekshya means looking at one's duty. Na vikampitum Vikampitum means wavering. Argasi means do not waver. Dharmyati yuddha shreyonyate. Dharmyat, fighting for dharma. Shreyas already I have said. Anyat, there is nothing other than fighting for dharma which will give you sreyas. Kshatriyasya na vidyate. For a Kshatriya, it does not exist. Lord Krishna says, Hey Arjuna, you asked me which will give sreyas to me. You are confused. You asked me that question. Now I am telling you. Looking from your own duty perspective, you should not waver about this. There is nothing higher for a Kshatriya which gives sreyas other than fighting for dharma. Again, Swadharma is a wonderful word. This Lord Krishna explains later. Let us not get into this in detail. We will see it when Lord Krishna explains. At present, we have to understand as duty performed according to one's nature or dharma. Swadharma. The Swadharma of fire is to burn. Some example. Swadharma of sun god is to give light. The Swadharma of a Kshatriya is to protect the country, dharma, and always think about the welfare of the people. Arjuna, being a Kshatriya, his Swadharma is to fight for dharma. Sun cannot say, tomorrow onwards I will not give light. Then it will not be a sun. Lord Krishna says, Hey Arjuna, you might have been confused about your duty, but I am clear in my mind. When I look at your duty, when I look at you as a Kshatriya, then you should not even think twice or waver about your duty. You asked me in verse 7, what will give sreyas to me? Tell me decisively. I am telling you, fighting for establishing dharma will give sreyas to a Kshatriya, especially a Kshatriya like you, and nothing else can give you sreyas. Krishna clearly, decisively says, You must do your duty. You cannot escape or run away from the duty. Take for example a scientist, a player, a musician, an artist, dancer, sculptor, any example you take. They will work unmindful of the number of hours of work they put in. They enjoy their work. If you make a scientist a singer, then the result is obvious. A scientist should do his job well. He will forget himself while doing his job. You should try to find happiness in your own work rather than looking for some other work. Hence Lord Krishna says, Hey Arjuna, this is the greatest opportunity for you as a Kshatriya to exhaust your vasanas. We will see what is vasanas later and show your skills. Don't miss the opportunity now and feel for it later. This is what Lord Krishna says in verse 31. Verse 31 again. Swadharmama vichavekshya na vikampitum dharmyarti yuddha shreyonyate kshatriyasya na vidyate. Hariho sarvam krishnarpanamastu. Narayana 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 Narayana